Every day, we go on with our lives and follow our routines. For most people, today will be an average boring day that they wish would end. Only if something bad happens to us, we start to realize that a boring day isn't underrated after all. An estimated 240 million calls are made to 911 in the US each year. That means 650,000 each day. Half of them are emergency calls made by people in need of assistance, but there are also calls that make your blood run cold, because in those calls, the person that is in need is already dead, and the one that is calling is the killer. Today we are counting down 5 chilling 911 calls made by killers. In June 2009, 33-year-old Deborah Jeter allegedly killed her 12-year-old daughter and severely injured her 13-year-old daughter at an abandoned house in Hillsborough. Both of the girls were found with slashes on their throats. In May of 2009, Lester Lee Jeter filed for a separation from his wife and mother of 2 daughters, Deborah Janelle Jeter. The exact reason for their separate has never been revealed in detail, but Steve Rawson, a 56-year-old lumberyard worker who lived down the street from the Jeter family, admitted to having called the police a few times on their residence in the single-story house on the corner. It was a noisy house, and other neighbors also had called police, he said. Deborah Jeter took the news very hard. Shortly after Lee's request, Deborah attempted suicide at their house and received psychiatric treatment at the DePaul Center in Waco, according to court records. Court records were filed on May 22nd, the day after Deborah's suicide attempt at the family's house in Hillsborough, revealed that there was worry about putting the girls' care in their mother's hands. In those records, Lee Jeter filed for divorce and was granted a temporary restraining order against his wife. Lee wrote to the court, revealing that his wife had attempted suicide with the children at home and was under care and observation at the DePaul Center on a mental health warrant. Lee Jeter also explained further concern that she may be released within a few days, and I am concerned about her possible actions regarding the children. While Lee Jeter's requests were held for the duration of his wife's hospital care, a short time later, in fact, the day before Deborah's visit with her 2 daughters, a hearing was held. The judge decided to lift a restraining order against Deborah and allow her to see her children. Lee admits he agreed with the judge, claiming Deborah had shown no resentment towards her children, nor had she ever put either in harm's way. The girls seemed to be excited about the decision. The 32-year-old picked up her 12 and 13-year-old daughters at 6 p.m. on Friday and told them she had a surprise. The girls told their dad goodbye, and authorities say they too were excited to get into the car with their mom and find out what her surprise was. 3 hours after they said goodbye, both girls were found bloodied in the bathroom of a sprawling abandoned ranch house. Their throats had been slashed. The scene was horrific. Kesley Leanne, aged 12, was dead. Kirsten Lay was clinging to life. It was recently revealed by Kirsten that her mother came after her with a knife first. While under attack, she yelled for her sister to run. Deborah released Kirsten, wounded, and charged Kelsey. Their mother calmly called 911 just after 9 p.m. and told dispatchers she had just killed her 2 daughters. Kirsten can be heard faintly in the background of the call.
Hill County 911, what's your emergency?
I just killed my children.
Excuse me?
I just killed my children.
Where are you?
I'm in the abandoned house on Highway 77 right after you go underneath the highway. One of them's still alive. Hurry.
How? Under what highway? You're on Highway 77 where?
I'm on Highway 77, right after you go under 35, going towards Milford. Get an ambulance out here to save the one that didn't die. Come on. Hurry up.
What's your name?
Bitch, call them. Have you already called them?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay.
I need your name.
I don't want to tell you my name.
Are you in your car?
No, I'm not in my car. I'm in the house walking around. And one of them's still alive for real. She's asking to be saved, and I couldn't handle that. And so now
She's in an abandoned house at
it's
that
been a
location.
long time. She might already die because she's bled out a lot. And hold on. What, baby?
77
Be still. What did you say? I want to talk 911. She said, please send to her.
Okay. Well, we've got people en route.
Oh,
Can you tell me what happened?
I don't want to say. I don't see any lights. They're not coming.
Well, they're on their way. How many children do you have?
Oh,
Huh?
two.
Two?
One is dead. One of them is dead. She's dead. But the other one, she wants to be saved, and she needs to be saved, and I don't see any lights. Tell them to get the fuck out here.
Do you have any weapons?
I do. I have a knife. Well,
Huh?
hold on.
What's your name, darling?
I'm not telling you my name. I'm off the door.
How old are your children?
Hold on. You see that? Okay, they're coming. That's it. Hurry up.
Honey, they are coming. They're on their way.
When deputies arrived on the scene, they find Jedder, who is 6 feet tall, with both hands in the air, holding a cell phone. A knife was lying on the roof of a nearby car. Deborah was put on suicide watch at Hill County Law Enforcement Center and arraigned on charges of attempted capital murder and murder. Her bond was set at $1.5 million. On May 28, 2010, Deborah Jedder, age 33, pleaded guilty to capital murder and attempted capital murder. Jedder was transferred to a Texas Department of Criminal Justice prison unit in Gatesville after she was sentenced to life without parole. Number 2. A 17-year-old boy who shot his sister and mother said that watching the horror movie Halloween gave him the idea because he was amazed at how at ease the boy was during the murders and how little remorse he had. On October 3, 2012, at 11:15 p.m., Jake built up the courage to kill. On October 4, 2012, Evans called 911 telling a dispatcher, I just killed my mother and my sister.
Parker County 911, where is your emergency?
My house,
What's the address?
152 River Creek Lane.
Okay, what's the emergency?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
What?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
You just killed your mother and your sister? How did you do that?
I shot him with a .22 revolver.
And what is your name?
Jake Evans.
Jay Evans?
Jake Evans.
Are you sure they're dead?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to stay on the phone with me, okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Hold on just a minute. Where is the gun?
It's on the kitchen counter.
Okay. It's a .22?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Jake,
Yes.
are you on any kind of medication?
No. Well, I've been going to the allergist a lot lately.
Yeah.
With my mom. But no, nothing other than that.
Okay. How old are you?
17.
Okay. Do you, is there any reason that you were so angry at your mother and your sister?
I don't know. I wasn't. It's weird. I wasn't even really angry with them. It just kind of happened. I've been kind of planning on killing for a while now.
The two of them, or just anybody?
Pretty much anybody.
Why?
I don't know. I don't really like people's kind of attitude.
Right.
I think they're very like, emotional, I don't know, verbally rude to each other and stuff like that.
Right.
And I don't know.
It's okay.
It's just my family, I don't know, they're just kind of really, I guess this is really selfish to say, but to me, I felt like they were just suffocating me in a way. I don't know. I think, obviously, I'm pretty, I guess, evil, but that's, whatever.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's all right. I'm listening. Okay, you have my undivided attention. Were your mom and sister in their beds?
No. This is really gonna mess me up for this, in the future. See, my sister, I told my sister that my mom needed her.
Mm-hmm.
She was in her room, and she came out of her room, and I shot her, and she rolled down the stairs, and I shot her again, and then I went down and I shot my mom about maybe 3 or 4 times, but I'll never forget this.
Okay, that's fine.
My sister, she came down the stairs and she was screaming, and I was telling her that I'm sorry, but to just hold still.
Mm-hmm.
That, I was just gonna make it go away, but she just kept on freaking out. But finally she fell down and I shot her in the head about probably 3 times.
So they're both downstairs?
Yes.
Parker County deputies found Jamie Evans and daughter Mallory dead of multiple gunshot wounds inside the house in the 150 block of River Creek Lane in Annetta South. Evans was arrested at the scene. Evans said he had watched the Rob Zombie remake of Halloween 3 times earlier that week and felt it would be the same for me when I kill someone, he said. The 2007 film is about a 10-year-old boy who murders several people and kills a number of others 15 years later. Evans said he also had planned to kill his grandparents at their home across the street and his oldest sister who was there, as well as another oldest sister who was home from college, according to the statement. My plan was to kill my sister and my mom at my house and then go over to my grandparents and kill my older sister Emily and my 2 grandparents, Evans wrote. Authorities have said his father was out of town at the time. Evans, who was homeschooled, said he argued with his 15-year-old sister Mallory after she made a racist comment, and he felt his family were becoming people he hated. After hitting golf balls, running errands with his grandmother, and watching television at home, Evans put a knife in his pocket and thought about killing Mallory, according to the statement. But he decided to kill his mother and younger sister with a gun, stolen from his grandfather, so they wouldn't feel pain, he wrote. Jacob Ryan, Jake Evans, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of murder. As part of the plea, the state waived a capital murder charge. He was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Number 3. Omar Mir Sadiq, also known as Omar Mateen, was an American mass murderer and domestic terrorist who killed 49 people and wounded 53 others in a mass shooting at the Pulse Gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida, on June 12, 2016, before he was killed in a shootout with the local police. It was the deadliest shooting by a single shooter in United States history, until the Las Vegas Strip shooting on October 1st, 2017. Mateen was born Omar Mir Sadiq on November 16, 1986, at Long Island Jewish Medical Center in New Hyde Park, New York, to Afghan parents. Mateen legally purchased a Sawyer Sig MCX semi-automatic rifle and a 9mm Glock 17 handgun, the two firearms later used in the shooting. He also attempted to purchase body armor but was unable to do so as the store where he tried to make the purchase did not sell the product he wanted. A salesperson at the shop then said he contacted the FBI, but federal officials said they had no record of such a report, and the local sheriff's office also said it was unaware of the incident. Before the shooting, he had been investigated for connections to terrorism by the FBI in 2013 and 2014. During that period, he was placed on the terrorist screening database, but was finally removed. In a call to 911 during the shooting, Mateen identified himself as Mujahideen, Islamic soldier and soldier of God, and pledged his allegiance multiple times to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. He said the shooting was triggered by an airstrike in Iraq that killed Abu Wahib 6 weeks before. At approximately 2 a.m. on June 12, 2016, Mateen entered the Pulse nightclub in Orlando and began shooting. At 2:22 a.m., he made a 911 call in which he identified himself as a nightclub shooter.
Hello there. Hi there, this is Orlando Police. Who am I speaking with, please?
You're speaking with the person who pledged his allegiance to the Islamic State of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi.
Okay, can you tell me where you are right now so I can get you some help?
No, because you have to tell America to stop bombing Syria and Iraq. They're killing a lot of innocent people. So what am I to do here when my people are getting killed over there? You get what I'm saying?
I do. I completely get what you're saying. What I'm trying to do is prevent anybody else from getting in.
Stop the U.S. airstrikes. They need to stop the U.S. airstrikes, okay?
I understand that.
They need to stop the U.S. airstrikes. You have to tell the U.S. government to stop bombing. They're killing too many children. They're killing too many women.
I understand that. But here's why I'm here right now. I'm with the Orlando Police. Can you tell me what you know about what's going on tonight?
What's going on?
Yes.
That I feel the pain of the people getting killed in Syria and Iraq and all the things from the
Okay. So, have you done something about that?
Yes, I have.
Tell me what you did, please.
No, you already know what I did.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to keep you safe and how to get this resolved peacefully, because I'm not a politician, I'm not a government. All I can do is help individuals, and I'm going to start with helping you.
By the way, there's some vehicles outside that have some bombs, just to let you know. Your people are going to get it, and I'm going to ignite it if they try to do anything stupid.
Okay, I understand that, and I'll pass that along. Can you tell me what vehicle? Because I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
No. But I'll tell you this. It can take out a whole city block almost.
I understand that. Tell me, in the club, do you have any injured people with you that you brought with you?
I'm not letting you know nothing.
Well, I'm trying to offer you help.
Well, you need to know that they need to stop bombing Syria and Iraq. The U.S. is collaborating with Russia, and they're killing innocent women and children, okay?
I hear what you're saying.
My homeboy, Tamerlan Tsarnaev, did his thing on the Boston Marathon. My homeboy, Munir Abu Talha, did his thing, okay? So now, it's my turn, okay?
Mateen took hostages after police arrived and engaged in a gunfight with him. At approximately 5 a.m., police shot and killed Mateen, ending the shooting. A total of 49 people were left dead, along with Mateen, and 53 others were injured. After the shooting, Mateen was eventually buried in the Muslim cemetery of South Florida. Alex Crane, at 14 years of age, shot both of his parents to death, Thomas and Kelly Crane, in the family's Golden Gate Estates home in the early morning of December 9, 2010. The teenager from Naples, Florida, was arrested at his home on September 2010 for the slayings. He was never spoken publicly or given any reason as to why he killed them. He told the dispatcher in the 911 call that he was sleeping because he was homesick from school that day. He woke up and the next thing he saw was him covered in blood and a gun in his hand. On the dark 911 call, he claims to have no idea why he did it. He becomes audibly distraught when he realizes his parents aren't coming back.
Okay, what is your name?
Alex.
Alex, what's going on?
My parents were shot.
Your what?
My parents were shot.
Your parents were shot?
Yeah.
Stay on the line, okay? Alex, how old are you?
I'm 14.
14, where are they now?
They're in the bathroom.
Okay, who shot your parents?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, stay on the line with me, okay?
Okay.
Get you some help. Was this an accident? Alex, how did this happen, sweetie?
I don't know.
You don't know?
First thing I was sleeping, the next thing I know, I had a gun in my hand. My pants were on the ground.
Okay. Alex, is there anyone else in the house with you, sweetie?
Oh, you gotta hurry.
Huh?
You gotta hurry.
We're on the way, okay? Are they breathing?
I don't know.
Can you go check for me? We're going to help you, okay, sweetie? We're going to help you. Where did you shoot your parents at?
In the bathroom.
Okay, where? When you shot your parents, where did you shoot it? Where did the gunshots land?
What?
You shot your parents, right? Where did you shoot them at? When you shot them, where did they hit them at?
I hit my dad in the shoulder, and I don't know where I hit my mom.
Okay, can you try to call your dad? Let me know if he's responding to you.
What?
Call your dad. Is he answering you?
Dad! 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 Dad!
We're on the way, Alex. Where's the gun now?
It's in the bathroom.
Okay. What are you?
I don't know why I did it.
Okay. We're going to help you. Okay, were you and your parents arguing?
No.
No? Okay. You said you were sleeping and you woke up with the gun in your hand? Huh?
Yes. You just told me to call 911.
Who told you to call 911?
My mom.
So your mom is breathing? She's answering you?
I don't know.
Listen, Alex.
Mom! 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 Answer me, Mom.
Alex, are there any other weapons in the house?
No.
Okay. So it's just the one gun that's in the bathroom with your parents now?
Yeah.
All right. Were you upset with your parents before this?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't upset.
Okay.
This is all my fault.
Listen, Alex, we're going to get you some help, okay?
Little evidence has been released publicly in the case. Deputies found the bodies of Thomas, age 40, and Kelly, age 39, in the master bedroom of their home, following an emergency call from the home at 8:30 a.m. Throughout his court case, Crane never gave a reason as to why he killed his parents. His lawyer Brian Baber claimed that his client suffered from mental illness, but would not elaborate. However, prosecutors said that there were no indication of mental illness. Crane pleaded no contest to 2 charges of manslaughter before being handed down the 20-year sentence. Crane is currently serving out his sentence at the Department of Corrections Reception and Medical Center, but is due to be transferred to another prison. Number 5. On September 2011, a 78-year-old man Gunther Flochinger killed his 21-year-old Filipino wife, Karina, for no apparent reason, then set their home on fire before turning the gun on himself. It happened at about 1:15 a.m. in a quiet neighborhood on Southwest Kamchatka Avenue. Police received 2 911 calls to the property on Saturday after 1 a.m., one from a neighbor saying Mrs. Flochinger asked her to take her 4-year-old daughter away earlier that day, and one from the husband saying that he had shot his wife and was going to shoot himself. The man tells 911 that he will give someone a chance to take their child, and then he promises to turn the gun on himself.
I just want to let you know that I killed my wife and that I have a baby in here. I called my neighbors to pick up the baby. Anybody who will pick up the baby is all right. After that, I will take my own life. Okay?
Sir, how are you going?
Only one message. No repeat.
Officers arrived to find the front door ajar and the man dead inside the home, behind the door. Officers also found the woman dead in a back bedroom of the home, which had interior smoke damage from a fire thought to be started with gasoline. Neighbor Steve Tango, a neighbor 2 doors away, told the Orlando Sentinel his wife Shannon woke him about 1 a.m. to say that their neighbor had phoned. Mr. Flochinger was not the father of the little girl. The pair reportedly met online while Karina Flochinger was still living in her native Philippines. Tango said to the police that the two families had grilled hamburgers together that evening, and there was no indication anything was wrong between Gunther and his wife. Hey there, and thank you so much for listening. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, and if you like my videos and want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next one.